live on the spot. But anyway, she says her father had walked into an incident happening between Jane Doe and Mike Bickle. After speaking with Jane Doe in private, he learned more that had been going on and that it was not consensual and she was being taken advantage of. My father tried to convince her to report it and told her that he planned to go to the authorities as well. Jane Doe begged him not to because she didn't want to start any trouble. Shortly after, my father received threats not only on his position there, but on his life as well. And he knew if he had gone to the authorities, it would be his word against both Mike and Jane Doe. Since she wasn't willing to tell the truth, my father ultimately chose to leave that ministry altogether.
Get dummies, amigos, welcome to my channel. Please support your local food bank, Drug and Alcohol Center. Very quick update because I got to hit the street. If you're new to my channel, I'm a Christian outreach worker. Please join me in prayer for all the victims of this absolute disaster fiasco Mike Bickle story. And we're going to do an update. This guy's saying everything's true in the allegations. Those allegations I know to be true. He would have signed his letter. And in this video I said, when did you know, Randy? Right? When did you know? Because in Revenant Radio, I'm gonna play this. If you don't know who Revenant Radio is, I was dedicated and baptized in the Pentecostal church. I'm not a cessationist. These guys are charismaticals, all right? The charismatic church. He knows the names. And I'm trusting that he has done his due diligence. The only reason I'm playing this is public domain. He wants you to watch it. And in this, one of the victims, he talks about they did actually a pretty good job. I haven't listened to all of it, but he said that there was threats to somebody's job, there was threats to somebody's life, and it also talks about where's my thumbnail? If just one would have spoken up 20 years ago, this could have all been avoided. All right. Now, I also have another part of an update in my comment section. The petition is everyone who believes IHOP needs to investigate with integrity. You can click that. Somebody sent me this, and thank you very much for the person that sent it to me. And I already signed up. There was only 596. I just got up this morning. This was last night. And there's already 1,200. I put it on all my social media. I encourage my viewers to sign up. And the reason is, here it is here. First of all, we officially call on IHOP to invite grace. We'll look at that in a second. It's right here. We're going to look at this in a second. And look at this. I thought this is interesting. Founding member, former alumni or staff member, IHOP alumni. These are the names that have signed with solidarity. Wait till you show. Let me show you what I found. Isaac Cole, IHOP alumni. Isaac Meyer, staff member. Julie Meyer, worship leader. David, worship leader. So you can read this. Where is it? So I looked it up. Here it is here. What do I do? I found this, and it says here, meet your teachers, Julie Meyer. You see that? Julie Meyer. See, it says former IHOP worship leader. Julie Meyer. Do you see that? Now, it says here, you got a thing here. It says, read their bios. Bios. Julie Meyer. Julie Meyer, former IHOP worship leader. Spent over 15 years in Kansas City working alongside Mr. Mike Bickle to help establish the International House of Prayer in Kansas City. She was part of the leadership team overseeing global prayer rooms. She is a worship leader, songwriter, author, and has been a facility member at Forerunner Music, teaching vocal lessons and pouring out the next generation worship leaders, singers, and musicians. Santa Maria Healing Rooms, helping build the House of Prayer. All right. Now, where's that? I encourage my viewers to sign up if I haven't said that already. I've signed it. And to share it out. Let's get a whole bunch of signatures on this thing. 896 people have signed up just today. Let's see this go to 12,000, 15,000. Make it a news story. And what am I doing here? Sorry. And if you want to know what you're signing, I think this is a way forward. IHOP to invite grace, godly response to abuse in Christian environment. Here it is here. The heart of God. Here, let's just do, how do you do? Here it is here. For heart of children and the vulnerable. Heart of God for children and the vulnerable. So here it is here. Peter Singer, Executive Director, Services, Safeguarding, Independent Investigations. All right, this is what we need. Seeking the truth. All right, this is what we need. Independent investigation. It also has resources. Praise the Lord. This is a great website. I'm going to include this on my link as well. And that's where it is. We got to have some healing going on. We need independent investigation. These men have got to be taken out of the equation. All of them. All right, you can watch this. I'm only going to play a little section of it. And I don't play public domain, or forgive me, I don't play anything that's not public domain. In this video, they talk about, leaked. I just had a notification. If you can, like my video. And I think I had 156. I only had 10 people dislike this video. But thank you for people that are liking my videos. I don't publish anything that's not public domain. And there are a few YouTube channels that are talking about leaked information. I have zero desire to do that. None. Until it's public, until people stand their testimonies behind it, I have zero desire. And that's why, that's just my channel. I've been doing this for years. And over the years, many people have sent me many stuff. And I say, sorry, I just won't publish it unless it's public domain. That's just a rule I have. They talk about it in this video. You can leave a link in the description. I thought this is interesting. I'm taking Remnant Radio's word that he knows the name of the person that published it, which gives it more validity. And I think it's important that we play it. And I'm done. Have a great day. I'm out to the straight, do my street outreach, and that's it. May the Lord bless you, keep you strong in the faith, and always remember, Brother John loves you. Bye.
The IHOPKC leadership team investigates these allegations, etc. He goes into his recommendation for a third-party leadership team and kind of cites some evidence. But for our the evidence of that need with other scandals that have arisen in recent church history. And so anyway, but the meat of it and what we were sharing was Alan Hood is closely associated with one victim and that victim's husband. And so there you go. So that's the Alan Hood one. So you said for me to take the next two. I'll take this next one also. This other one was made public, but then it was deleted. So we're going to share a kind of redacted version of it because it names a victim, and I'm guessing that's probably why it was deleted. We're not going to name a victim. But anyway, here's a redacted version of this, and it was a post that was recently made, and it goes like this: my heart is broken for the many victims of Mike Bickle, IHOPKC. Now, that part I believe it was her ascertaining of the evidence because she's going to share one story specifically. She says, especially since I know for a fact a lot of them could have been avoided if just one would have spoken up 20 years ago. My father, she says who he is and basically his relationship to IHOP, which was involved in leadership, pre-IHOP, really, 20 years. Yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to redact here live on the spot. But anyway, she says her father had walked into an incident happening between Jane Doe and Mike Bickle. After speaking with Jane Doe in private, he learned more that had been going on and that it was not consensual and she was being taken advantage of. My father tried to convince her to report it and told her that he planned to go to the authorities as well. Jane Doe begged him not to because she didn't want to start any trouble. Shortly after, my father received threats not only on his position there, but on his life as well. And he knew if he had gone to the authorities, it would be his word against both Mike and Jane Doe. Since she wasn't willing to tell the truth, my father ultimately chose to leave that ministry altogether. So again, this is public. Quite a few people saw it. And so I think since it was public, it deserves to be part of the conversation. However, like I said, it's important that we preserve victims' identities. Josh or Miller, could one of you guys talk through? So I think, is that all the public evidence? We have some evidence, some testimonies.
We have some evidence on the contrary.
Contrary evidence we will also read. And so we'll get to that in a moment. Does one of you guys want